Hello and welcome to Denver Crafting Post. My name is Diane and I work with resin and lasers. Please consider subscribing to my channel to help me grow. Thank you for being here and I hope you enjoy. Hello and welcome to my channel. I believe I have everything set up. Today I'm going to be doing a Christmas angel from IntoResin. Very faceted. I have the spinning snowflake from IntoResin. They have a little kit that you'll put on a little spinner, and then this top one will spin on top. So I will be doing those. I also have a sweater mold, just a little pot. Then I have this little turtle mold. I'm not sure where I got him from, but he does have flowers inside of him. And then I also have a couple bigger ones from IntoResin. I bought these a while ago and never poured them, so I'm anxious to see what they're gonna look like. This one is a pen holder, and I believe the inside is a tree. I don't know if you can see that or not. It is a tree. This one, I believe, is a snowman. No, the white one is a snowman. I'm not sure what that one is. I know it's Christmas, and then this one is a snowman. So we will be doing all of that. The snowman, of course, will be in a white, and then I do have a red for whatever this one is, and then the green, which is Dianca Pours, the Galactic Drift for the green for the tree. I do have some gold that I will mix in. And then that red was from Laura's Art Corner, and it's the Candy Apple Blossom. So I'll be doing the glue technique for those and mixing a little stuff in. I also have the Mind Spring, the Dazzling Diamond, to add sparkle. And then I also have the Torque Super Chunky, the Champagne Glitter. It's a chunkier glitter. Not sure if I'm going to be using that and the sparkle, but I do have them out just in case I do decide to. And then for my side molds, I do have the IntoResin, these sparkle letters. They're about 1 inch big, nice for keychains and bag tags. And then I also have molds and shapes, the little angels, probably about 2 inches each. Also nice for bag tags and purse chains. Those are just for my sides in case I do have any extra. Since I'm new, I know I'm going to have extra. So I am going to mix up, I don't know how much I'm going to mix up. Probably about 14 ounces to start. I will go ahead and mix it up, just regular Let's Resin, epoxy resin, and then I will put it in my bubble remover. I just have an air compressor in the pot for my bubble remover to get some of them out. I'll be doing that on the smaller molds. These bigger molds I will be putting in my pressure pot. And if you're interested, please stick around and watch to the end of the video. And thank you very much, and I will be right back once my resin's mixed. Thank you. Okay, so I went ahead and I did 16 ounces. And right now I have, what did I do? 6 ounces for 2 and 3 ounces for the gold. I'm going to do 1 red, 1 green, and then the 1 gold. So here is my gold, just a generic off of either Temu or Amazon. So I'll mix up my gold and the less. I just want to have it just a little bit of a marble. I don't want it to be a dominant color. Or I'm trying not to have it as a dominant color. This is more of a like a yellow gold. Very pretty. And then I do want to do glue, the glue effect. So since there's 3 ounces, I'm going to do 3 drops of the clear glue. Give that a mix in. And since I'm doing these molds, as I said, I'm going to go ahead and put them in my pressure pot. So I'm not going to run this through a debubbler. This is nice and slimy. So that is the gold. Next I'm going to do the green, the Dianca pores in the galactic drift. I just got this in. Looks very beautiful and sparkly. Very shimmery. Oh, is this beautiful. I'm gonna add a little more. Right now it's a little transparent. Go ahead and get some more of that. Wipe off my stick. I don't want any resin in my powder, otherwise it could cure. I do not want that happening. And I do have 6 ounces in here, so I'll be putting in 6 drops of glue. There we go, that's pretty. I don't care if it's a little opaque, they're just jars. So let me go ahead and add 6 drops of glue. And get that mixed up. And the glue does tend to have it cure quicker. So I'm going to do this as quickly as I possibly can. I know others can do it quicker, but I am not used to this. And then my last one is the Laura's Art Corner and the Candle Apple Blossom color. This looks gorgeous. My dad's favorite color was candy apple. So every time we got a new car, it always had to be candy apple red. So now he passed away 28 years ago. He actually cut the cord. He was in the delivery room. He never saw one of his kids being born. So I invited him into my delivery so that he could see how children are born and witness a live birth. And he actually cut the cord to my son Nico, the one that passed away in a car accident at the age of 24. My dad died, so I gave him the special honors of being in the room with my husband so he could see the birth. And then he ended up passing away 6 weeks later. So I'm glad I gave him that gift. So I'm going to do 6 because there's 6 ounces in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My dad also loved to play golf. And when Nico's auto accident happened, Nico was on the way to play golf, and it was at an intersection. So when he passed away, I always tell everybody, Nico was driving down the road and my dad wanted to play golf, so he stopped and picked up my son, and they are golfing up in heaven. All right, so now the first one is the tree. So I'm going to do green and gold. Hopefully I have enough. Let me get you centered here. So that you can see front and center what's going on. So the first color that touches the silicone is the color that it will hold. And my pressure pot's right behind my desk. It's literally right here, so I don't have to move it much. So I can go ahead and get that filled most of the way without having any problems. And I do have enough. So I had 6 ounces of green, and I do have 3 ounces left. And then I had 3 ounces of gold, and I have 2 ounces left. So it used 4 ounces for the the IntoResin Christmas mold. I'll wipe my hands first on this, and then I am going to get a torch and just get the very top. Pop some bubbles. Not too worried about the bubbles because it is going to be going into my pressure pot. So I will use that for something. Now this is the snowman, so I'm going to wait on that because I want that in white. And then this one will be the Christmas one. Not sure what the design is, but I am going to do the red and the gold. And again, doing the same thing. Let me get my stick out first. So gooey ooey. Okay, let's get some red in there, some gold, some more red, and then some gold. Some more red. With some gold. And then top it off with the red. I didn't use any glitters or anything in here because I'm not sure what exactly the mold is. And I am just pouring to pour, just to have fun. I just like to know how everybody does this without making a mess, because I am a messy pourer. Okay. Clean this spatula off. Move that aside for now. I do need to top it off. All right, so I had 2 ounces of gold left and I used all of that. And then this was 6 ounces and I have 2.5 left, so 3.5. So that took 5.5 ounces. So even though this is smaller, it took more resin. Again, 2 ounces of gold and can't see on the light, my poor eyes. This is 2.5, so 3.5. So 5.5 on the mystery mold. And then this one's snowman, so I'll pour up some different ones. So since I have that much left, I am actually gonna go ahead and have a change of plan. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour the sweater and make it a Christmas sweater instead. Since I have the glue in here. And if I don't have enough when I make up some more for my snowman, I will just add white. It's going into the pressure pot, so I'm not too worried about it. So we'll do a little bit of green. A little bit of red. A little bit of green. And a little bit of red. It looks like I will have to put in some white. That's okay. Let me go ahead and scrape what I have left. And maybe as time goes on, I learn how to be a little bit cleaner whenever I'm doing this. Okay, let me finish off the white, or the white, oh my goodness. Let me finish off the red. This red is truly candy apple. I got a few products off of Laura's Art Corner. She is based in the United States. She does get pigments from overseas, so if you're looking for something from overseas, check out her website. She has pigments and pastes and all sorts of different things for resin. Wonderful person, small-based business. Always donating stuff to folks. So if you can help her out in any way, please go check out her website and order from her. I am not sponsored or anything. I have talked to her a couple years ago when I first started, and very nice lady, very, very helpful. Helped me get some stuff started, and we chit-chatted a lot. Very, like I said, she's a very nice lady. All right, so I will get some more resin poured up, and then I will be right back with you. We're going to go ahead and pour the snowman next. And I do want to use, this champagne glitter, because it's like a silver gold glitter. You see gold, you can see glitter because it's that champagne. I also want to do some sparkly too. So let me go ahead and get some more glitter, some more resin mixed up, and I will be right back with you. All right, so I did mix up for some more resin. So I am going to go ahead and pour this on top of my sweater. And what I did mix is I mixed up the May Spring Dazzling Diamond, and then I put a little bit of the glitter, the Torque Champagne Glitter. Okay, and I really like this. I'm gonna see, oh, a feather. Let me clean off this mold. And I'm gonna pour this into the angel as well. It's got a really nice gold shimmer to it. That needs to be white. Just changing everything I thought I was gonna do. But that's okay. That's how some days go. All right, scrape what's left. And then I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna take my dotting tool and go around the angel's halo. Grab my tool. Okay. All right, so we have that angel done. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix up my white with some sparkle, and I'll be right back. Alright, just for record, the angel took 1.5 ounces, and then to top this sweater off took about 1/2 ounce. Again, 1.5 ounces for this mold. Clean that off. I did mix up 10 ounces, and I am at 8 ounces right now, so I used 2 ounces. So this was 1.5 ounces, and that was about 1/2 ounce. Now I'll be right back to get the white going for my snowman mold. So I poured 4 ounces, and then for my white I did use the Cast In Craft, and I used 10 drops of the Cast In Craft until it was pretty much almost skim milk. Again, I don't want it too opaque because I do want to put some glitter in here. Not glitter, but the diamond dust. Alright, let me get that mixed up. And then we'll get to start to pour the snowman mold from IntoResin. It's a pen holder. There we go. I don't know if you could see the shimmer in that. Doesn't look that deep, but if it is deep, what I'm going to do is just pour some clear . And that's going to take more, so I'm going to do clear and white. And let's just see what kind of an effect we can get with that. Okay, so I do need just a little bit more to get to the top. Done scraping this. I'm going to see from below and see how much more I need. It is a handmade mold, so I don't want to dome it. Let's do a little bit more. Alright, and I'm just going to swirl that, so I don't want a big hole. At the very bottom. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to mix up for my snowflake. Okay, so for the snowman mold, I had 8 ounces left, and now I have 2 ounces. So that did take 6 ounces for the snowman mold. And I do see that I have a tiny little hair at the very top of that. I'll grab my dotting tool and get that out. looks like an eyelash. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna split this 1 ounce each for the green and the red, and I will be right back. All right, so I did split it up. I did put 15 drops of the Craft Resin Ruby Red. And it's kind of like a purplish red. So I'm going to add a couple drops of the Pinata Black. Just 2 drops. I'd rather it be a deep wine than like a purple. Let's see what we get. It's still gonna stay in the purple hue, so we get what we get. And then I mixed up the green, which is the Craft Resin for the green. Really pretty color green. And because that went purple, I am going to do a pour in the turtle with some flowers, because I don't think that that dark purple goes very well for what I had in my head for Christmas. So I am going to go ahead and do a dirty pour into my turtle. And see what we can get. So a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Oh, and I did not mention, I did put a drop of glue in these. Since it's 1 ounce each, just 1 drop of glue is all I used. To scrape this last out. And then I will scrape the rest of the purple out. Pour. Okay, so that was 2 ounces. Now and that looked mostly purple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my clear. I'm going to add a little bit more green into this since that was mostly purple. All right, so I mixed up my green with some of the Dazzling Diamond from Spring. And I did put some glue in this. I know it's going to sit on top right now. It's not going to kind of mix in, so I'm going to pour it in and then leave me some room so I can just poke it around. I did have 4 ounces. And let's fill it up. So he originally had 2 ounces in him. And then I had 4 ounces left in my, or I poured 4 ounces into this cup. And I am left with 2 ounces. So he is going to be 4 ounces for this little turtle guy. Alright, so I just have left is my spinning snowflake wheel from IntoResin. Okay. Get these little specks of glitter out of there. Well, there's glitter in here. So let's go ahead and do the bigger one first. And then let it slide in. Since it is glue, let it slowly go to where it needs to go. Bend it outwards a little bit to help it get to the tips. And then once we have it all in the tips, I can continue to fill it. Resin goes where resin is, so you want to make sure you get it all into the tips. I just find it sometimes easier to let the resin flow into the tips rather than using a scribe. And one more, and then I'll continue filling it up. All right, let's continue to fill this up slowly. I'm going to help it along in a couple of these. Like I said, this has the glue because it's got the glitter in it. And then we want to make sure that this goes around the hole maker. Every time I hear the hole maker, I always just think of the widow maker. I don't know why. Okay, let me see where we're at on this. Okay, I can do a little bit more. Actually, before I do a little bit more, since I do have this left, I don't know if I want green on green. No. Let me put you on pause. Let me find another mold that I can use with this green here, and I will be right back. Okay, so I did pull out a couple extras. I am going to pour this little Christmas tree. Just let it settle a second. And I'm going to try to pull up the resin around the star. And then keep this clear for the hole. Okay, and then I am going to try one of these little angels. And I'm just trying to get it around the hole maker. And there we go. Just dripping it in. Like I said, it's got glue, so this is not ideal for small molds, that's for sure. All right. Let's get it cleaned up. Got a little bit left. I am going to cover that up to keep it clean as much as I can. I am running out of room. Get rid of these inks, put these inks away. That will give me some room, because I still have to do the other part of the snowflake pendant. I do not want it in green. So, who would I like to make? Who is green? Let me do an M. And I'm going to do an E. And I'm going to do an R. And the Y. And I did over pour that one. And take a little bit out. Put a little bit more in the M. I do have to do another R, but this green was very easy to make, so I'm not worried about matching it. But that did open up a Pandora's box, because now I have to spell out Christmas. Let's see. Let me do an A for my son. I'll do like a little bag tag, or he takes a book bag to work. And I should have one for a small. I don't think so. So let me just pour it in the Christmas tree. Okay. Now I am going to go ahead and measure out probably just an ounce or two so that I can do this second part of the snowflake. And you guessed it, I will be right back. So I made up another 2 ounces and I mixed it with my gold pearlescent pigment. And it's sunlight gold. And again, some more of the Mind Spring dazzling diamond. It's a little transparent, but I don't want it too opaque. And I did pour 2 ounces. And this is the last thing I have to do. So I'll pour it nice and slow to get into all of these little crevices. I'll probably go over the top of it with a spatula because there's a lot of, it's like there's inserts in here to make it like a holy piece. Let that settle down for a second. And just taking my time, just trying to stay off of these pieces. Okay. And that took about not even an ounce. Let me check it from the side. I can go a little bit more. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do another angel. Actually, I'm going to do two. I really like the gold. And another one for my three angels. Just making sure I got a nice dome on these. Less sanding I'll have to do. And that looks pretty good. Okay, let me wipe this out. I am going to do a K for my daughter. And a D for Diane, which is me. Ooh, that went too far. And let me do an N for Nico. And what other letter can I do? Let me do a C. And I have one more. Let me do the I. I've got a tiny little bit left. Now that these have settled down into the crevices, it is a diamond mold. So once it does settle down, it will take a couple extra drops. Okay. And that, my friends, will do it. I am going to cover this back up. Keep these clean. I do have dogs, that's why I've got to make sure that I try and keep what I can covered. Okay, so I am going to throw these big ones in my pressure pot, and then these other ones, the smaller ones, actually I'll throw my little frog in the pressure pot too, and then we will demold. Oops, I forgot about my sweater. Then we will demold in the morning. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on demold. Hello, it is now time for the demold. I'm going to go ahead and demold my letters. I see not all of them are ready, but the E is ready. Very cute. It is very soft, so I am not going to be able to demold all of these. Like I said, I just did my A. There's the M. And the R. I'll need to do another R on my next pour. And a Y. And I think I will wait on these last ones. Oh, he's coming out. There's the I for my son-in-law. The K for my daughter. The D for me. The C for my mother. The N for Nico, my son. And there we go, it released. And the A for my other son. Okay, I just want to get these couple of pieces that fell into the letter out of my mold before I stick it away. Very nice mold from IntoResin, very sparkly, very nice. Okay, so I will get that put away. Let me do these little angels. You know what? I'm going to leave the angels because her little halo is so thin, I know it's going to get ripped. So I will do that later. Let me do, yeah, that's still too soft. Let me do the big ones because I know the big ones are faster at curing. The little ones are harder. Oh, is she pretty? Very many, very many. A lot of faucets in her. I'm gonna put her on the tree for the ornament. She is very, very pretty. Okay, and I believe this tree is done. The ones with more glue are a little bit more done because they tend to cure faster with the glue. Oh, it's that. Oh, and it's holographic. I forgot about that. Holographic with the glitter. Very pretty. All right, let's do this one, which is the sweater. Oh, I like that. The details on this sweater mold are absolutely gorgeous. I don't know how I got a little bit of red on my white. No holes. No bubbles, I mean. Stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I love that. I needed something to put my sticks in. Very cute. All right, the next is this turtle. I love these kind of molds. Even though they're matte, I'm not a big person that it has to be all shiny and sparkly. Especially for animals. Because animals aren't sparkly. That came out clean. Oh, is he pretty? She, because she's got flowers. Now it is a matte mold. However, the flowers do sparkle. I don't know if you could see that. And the shell is a little bit sparkly as well. Not much. Like this little mold right here is very sparkly. Very pretty. I might just touch him up and put some silver or gold. I'll have to see what color it looks like. And his eyes. He's got little eyes he can paint in. I'll go ahead and get him painted in. Very nice little mold. Very happy with that. All right, let's get my snowman one. Again, this mold is from IntoResin. I'm gonna pop it on my belly to take it out. Piece of rogue glitter. Okay. Oh, wow, is this a nice mold? It's so cute. I put in a little bit of a glitter powder. I'll go ahead and touch him up with his eyes and a little bit of detail on him, but I actually like him all white. I like the monocolor molds. I don't know if you can see all that glitter. Beautiful. IntoResin rocks. All right, this mold, I don't know what it was. It is from IntoResin. I'm going to pop it on my belly to demold it. And this is the one I did with the red and gold. Oh, break the suction. And this mold will need cleaned up. So I will get that cleaned up off camera. Oh, it's bells. Oh, that is so pretty. I love the marbling. The marbling came out really nice. But you can't see the bells as good. Some pine cones here and the bells with the bow and a big leaf. Very pretty. I can't see that well, so I don't know if I'll be finishing that or not. I do have to get rid of this edge. Very pretty. Wow, these jars for mold and shape is very nice. All right, and this last one I believe is the Christmas tree. Again, I'm going to use my belly to pop it out. Oh, this one's a little bit easier. Okay. Oh, is that pretty? Very, very nice. Oh, I'm so happy. I've had these molds for a while. Like I said, I haven't really poured. I've been buying everything, but really haven't poured much. So everything is like a surprise to me because I don't remember what things are, how they're supposed to look. That is absolutely stunning. All three of their Christmas molds are stunning. That's the tree, that's the snowman, and then that's the red one. All right, so I will be back once these are set up enough. And then this will have to be put together with a small, it's like a little spinner. So this one will sit on top of that one and it'll spin. Hopefully you could see through that a little bit to see the green, but we shall see. All right, I'm very happy with this and can't wait to demold these. We'll put tags, not tags, string on these to hang on my little tree. And then my next pour, I'll need another R so I could spell out Mary. And then we'll start on Christmas. Okay. Okay, so let me go ahead. This is set up. I'll go ahead and demold the spinning snowflake. This has a whole bunch of facets in it. Oh, is that pretty? Very pretty. And the top one. And it'll go on that, and this will spin around. So let me get set up for that, and we will show you how to install it. All right, so I got my B7000 glue, and what it is there's just a little, almost the size of like a tack head, and the two just spin around. And on this one, there's a center hole right in here. Just gonna put a little bit of glue in there. And then set this in there. And this is still a little bit soft, so I will wait till that's nice and hard. I'll put some glue on top of that. Then on the back side, it's just the center, and you'll just mount it like that. And then you can see how it rotates. So as soon as the top one dries, I'll go ahead and finish that up. And that will be everything that I have poured. So, if you like the video, please hit like and subscribe. If you're not a member yet, it'll help me out on my endeavor to pouring epoxy. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day. Okay, so I did go ahead and glue on this spinner. This did dry enough, so it's nice and solid. These are such a beautiful mold, and they spin forever. So if you like fidget spinners, if you're just sitting there at your desk or something, I mean, it's just the coolest thing. Got a lot of great ideas to use for these spinners. I mean, look, I mean, it's still going like really fast. Oops, I put my flowers over here. I got a little piece of a flower fell off. And she is still going. I did loop it with a cord so I can hang it on my tree, but I think I might just sit here and play with it. It is still going. These spinners are just amazing. She keeps going. She's an Energizer bunny. But that is so pretty. A little bit of glitter with the gold on top. And she is going, and she has not, she slowed down to this speed, but it's like still going the same speed, so quite amazing on the spinner. Yeah, it looks like now she's gonna start slowing. But just the fact that like almost a minute later and it's still spinning. I'm gonna stop it. Bring it up close so that you can see the glitter. And see in between, you can see the little spinner in between. Beautiful. Such an amazing mold from IntoResin. Love it. This was IntoResin's Angel. I am now done with this, and we will move on to tomorrow's project. Thank you so much for watching. You guys all have a great day, and we'll see you next time.